Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Scar Navarro, and I'm the Drama King, where life is drama, drama is life. And recently, though, I know it's been ongoing and still is, about about many people, the accusers who are speaking out in regards um, to the fact that they were abused by famous fashion designer Alexander Wang. And for me, though, I am with the models. I am with those who went. I am with those who survived what they didn't, this ordeal, and it's it's really disturbing how someone you think you know could be capable of so much, but especially when you have power, though, you can use it for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. But here, here in this case, though, I think what Alexander Wang did was really sick. But for me, though, I don't follow up like on fashion things like that, though. And even though, hey, I like fashion things like that, though, but when I hear stories like this, I'm like, oh man. But yeah, recently, a model named Owen Mooney expressed in his TikTok what he went through, and my support goes out to him and those who went through what they never should have gone through. But unfortunately, there's been many stories around in modeling, about assaults, rape, and so much going on. And I've recently have been following on Instagram called Shit Model Management. Shit model management is considered a safe space for those who are models, but but they also have an account on Twitter as well, in which one provides at least a safe space for those who want to who are looking for to speak out in terms of what they went through as models. And I'm not a model by all means, though, but just a chance for me to hear the stories and hear the experiences, so at least maybe at least what learn a little bit about the reality of the modeling agency. But it's not just Alexander Wang, but there is also an agency called a Mexican agency called The Face, and the person who's running it, called Hector Eliseo Vasquez, also was involved, also has been involved in allegedly in drugging, assaulting, and even pimping out his models, which is prostitution, and even trafficking as well. And honestly, though, just hearing this sadly doesn't surprise me, especially coming from a designer who has worked with R. Kelly, who's another predator, and is sitting in his cell right now. And I didn't even know this before, but yeah. But I'm kind of glad I found out about this and know what I'm not, why I'm not supporting things like that. And I'll be honest, I'm too poor. I'm too poor for Alexander Wang, and thank God, because honestly, his stuff is not even worth it. For those who have his items, just throw it out, or donate them, or do whatever you want to them. But just hearing these stories, though, and these accounts from those who went through this, yeah. But I really hope Owen and many of the people who went through that at least got the help. And I found out that they're getting a really good lawyer, and that Alexander Wang lawyered up and became all defensive. But karma always comes back. Karma will always be a bitch to those who do wrong, and there's also good karma, where if you do good, if you do the right thing, good things come for you. But Alexander Wang himself is going to get the bad karma. But yeah, and yet I've also talked about, like, Nassau and Joaquin in my other video I did a few months back. But I feel like these things happen everywhere and anywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna read to you guys what I saw on Ship Model Management's Instagram account, and this is what they said on their IG. Alexander Wang has been accused of sexual assault for a few years now. Instead of letting these occurrences be swept under the rug, it is time to do something. Please unfollow Alex Wang NY and Alexander Wang NY, which I unfollowed them. I unfollowed those two accounts and blocked them as well. To show your support to the victims, it is time to hold the abusers in the fashion industry accountable. Male and trans models are often overlooked in the conversations of sexual assault in the modeling industry, but not today. We can't let famous people get away with sexual assault because they are on a pedestal. They need to be held accountable just like every other abuser. Hey, Alex Wang NY. All right, this is what it says. Alexander Wang is an alleged sexual predator. Many male models and trans models have come out and spoken about the alleged sexual abuse that Alexander Wang has inflicted upon them. It is important to show your support to these victims by unfollowing Alexander Wang and boycotting his clothing line. And remember though, these are remember though, if these things that I feel like everybody's reading and things like that though may not be easy on anyone, but the fact that he messed up with someone's mental health even made me throw up in my mouth a lot. But this is what I'm just gonna read what it says on Instagram. My friend did a modeling job and Alexander Wang was there. They ended up partying together and he kept offering my friend drinks. And even though he didn't want to drink that much, but he wanted to be polite and ended up getting pretty drunk. The next thing he remembers being in a room with Alexander Wang, he had taken off his pants and was making him him touch him and was trying to give him a BJ, even though he was straight and told him he was straight. My friend was barely coherent, but he ended up pushing him away and walking out the door. He has been scared ever since, which is even post-traumatic stress disorder as well. And the fact that he had no respect, Alexander Wang had no respect for someone, speaks volumes. Alexander Wang is absolutely known for these things you're posting. Our friend of mine who is a trans man was in a limo for an after party a while ago. Upon getting inside the car, they were given water and they felt uneasy about the whole thing because Alex was making sure they all finished their water. A few moments after, they noticed they were rolling and had been given Molly water. This was a regular occurrence because a year after being told this story, I heard other people confirmed that they also got drugged on their way to the after party. Most of them left oddly because they were annulling a lot of MDMA. He raped my friend because TY pressured him to go there and have sex with him, even though my friend isn't gay. After seeing your stories, I want to add my voice to the many so that Alexander Wang is so for the monster he is. Once after a show, he did the same Molly water trick on me. I didn't know at the time, but I'm bipolar, and the Molly sent me into a manic episode followed by psychosis. His smug prank literally put me in the hospital for weeks and ruined my career. Still, in some horrible way, I'm grateful that I had to be admitted to a psych unit and who knows what could have happened had things gone as he planned. Yeah. He fucked up someone's mental health. How despicable, like, in all seriousness. This sounds like my encounter with him at Bedlam on Avenue C a few years ago. He picked me out randomly and wanted to buy me shots, then really pressured me to drink out of his huge bottle of vodka he was toting around. The memory was a bit blurry, but I remember being dragged, like tugged out of the bar to his taxi. I can't remember anything else from the night, but remember waking up in his bed, being so confused he had taken my pants off and had his head down there. I had no idea where or who this was until I saw his face. I woke up so stunned and confused, with a gash between my brows from the bottle he hit me while forcing me to drink the night before. It was so scary waking up there very lost. It happened in 2015. He threw a party at the Raw Raw Room for his new store in London. My friend worked at the store, and so I got an invite to attend. It was a fun night that went really sour when he wanted to continue the party at his hotel room. I'm not a big drinker. When I do drink, I get drunk, very drunk, really fast. I was introduced to him, and he took a liking to myself and a few other guys because we were dancing and having a very fun time. We ended up staying very late, and he invited a couple of us back to his hotel room. Anyway, he became very sexually aggressive and forceful when I declined his offer to go to his hotel room, especially as I had seen him with a few others taking drugs and getting high. The way he wouldn't take no for an answer, basically wouldn't let me go. A few years back, a friend told me he was at an event where his group of work friends were hanging out, and that group was Alex. As the night went on, he became keen with my friend and straight, and eventually invited him back to his apartment in New York for an after party. He went along assuming it would be harmless, but Alex continued to intentionally get him way too fucked up, and he tried to take his clothes off. He made up an excuse about having an emergency and left his apartment immediately. And then another one says, "Fame doesn't make you untouchable." Times up, Alex Wang NY. He roofied two of my friends in 2014. Wow. Let me. And then just with those things and the fact that Owen talked about about what happened to him in TikTok though, I'm really glad they're coming forward, and hopefully more people come forward though, and it's really beyond sick in my sick, but then it's not surprising though because predators come everywhere. It's just we have to be on the lookout to know who people can really be and what their intentions really are, especially for those who have power though. Like, if you don't know how to handle your power, then you really don't know what you're really capable of. I know it's gonna sound a little berserk, but you can do power for the right reasons or for the wrong reasons. But I'm also gonna read about the most recent one that was just released an hour ago, by Owen Mooney. This is what he said: "The silence of the fashion industry and Hollywood in general is quite defeating. In the era of Me Too and the solidarity victims received from Hollywood, where's the same support for the victims of Wang? This is why so many accusations of his get brushed under the rug, along with other accusations of prominent figures in fashion for that matter. His celebrity acquaintances are still following him, charging captions of pictures with him, deleting comments, anything but condemning his actions. This is staying complicit. What he's done to some people is evil, and he needs to be held accountable." Almost a week later, still more victims are coming forward with stories. How many more people have to come forward before people in fashion and Hollywood condemn him? I can't help but question if this has something to do with this being about men, queer, and trans people. Does the ideology that we are not victims of sexual assault exist? What would the response be if a renowned if a world renowned fashion designer was drugging, sexually assaulting cis women? Well, we've seen it happen with Me Too. How about us too? Because there's no shame in coming forward and pointing your assaulter. We need to be taken more seriously. This happened to us too, and the response should be equal. And I agree. Because also, I believe that for those who went through what nobody should go through, also need to be heard, especially men and trans models as well. And it's important that we need to also listen to the stories both from men, women, and trans, and realize and learn from these and learn and understand these stories and be in solidarity with them as well, because when every voice should be heard regardless of what you think and think, if you think or not. But if you stay silent, that means you're being a part of the problem. I believe though that Alexander Wang should be held accountable, and that he should really go to jail and things like that. And hopefully, I hope those who came forward get the support that they need, both legal and emotional, psychological, because, man, what happened to them should never have happened at all. But unfortunately, even in many industries such as fashion industry, politics, religion, everywhere, there's been so many stories of predatory behavior that it's not even surprising at all. And it's all about trying to get that catch, even in the worst despicable ways. I'm definitely siding with the models, with those who went through this, And I hope they at least get the help and the support that they need from friends, loved ones, even from professionals as well. And I'm glad I decided to follow ship model management just for me to excuse me, I almost felt like I was gonna pass gas, but I'm glad I'm following ship model management because I feel like they deserve that. It's helping become a safe space for those for models who went through what they nobody should go through. And overall though, especially for those who stay silent, that means you're part of the problem. And I hope for those who went through this at least become at least have the support that they need. And I'm glad I unfollowed Alexander Wang's ass. And it's sad that someone with this much talent could do so much, but unfortunately he is like one of the many. And there's those who get away with it and those who rot in jail, but I really hope, but I do hope that Wang at least is held accountable for all the actions that he did, because one, you can only use your power so much that you could end up that one can abuse it and do more harm than good. And this is gonna be basic. This is overall Alexander Wang's fall from grace. And I hope for those who consider who have worked with him, listen to the stories of those who went through this. And I hope for those who have products from Alexander Wang, because I'm too poor for that, thankfully, that they at least throw it out or boycott their items. Or even if you see any section with Alexander Wang, just give the middle finger or just say fuck off. And I remember, and the first thing I heard about this was through Diet Prada, which is another account that I follow. And I'm really like glad that this story is coming out, because one, I believe that male and trans models need to also be heard, and that male and trans voices need to be heard more. And realize that assault and rape can happen to anybody, regardless if it's man, woman, even if it's trans man, trans female, or anybody. Overall, though, we need to listen to their stories and know that they matter too. And we should, and hashtag us too. And this is not just for, clout or things like that, but I feel like this is important for us to like listen to the voices still, but also understand though that at the end of the day, that what can we do to support them. One is unfollow Alexander Wang and his accounts though, and other things though is just to block his account, things like that though. And also I really hope Owen and many of those who went through this, just like I repeated again and again though, have the help that they need. And us to, please excuse me if it sounds backwards, if it looks backwards, but you know what I mean. Or us too, meaning that everybody should be represented, all equals, male, female, trans male, trans female, everybody should be represented. And I'm with them, I'm with the models, and I'm with the community. And fuck Alexander Wang, and his ass needs to be held accountable. Alright guys, you can also follow alright guys, let me know what your thoughts are and understand the stories and if you like read them yourself, please let me know. I know it's already been hot topic on YouTube as well, but I feel like Alexander Wang needs to be held as accountable, and I'm glad that he's falling from grace, because one, nobody should go through that. Nobody should go through sexual assault, rape, regardless of who they are, what they are. And I hope Alexander Wang and then many of those who have taken advantage of the models need to be all held accountable. And it's really sickening that in any industry where you go to, there's people who are like that. And if you are a model, things like that though, just be smart, listen to the stories first before making an informal decision. But please make sure to though to always always please make sure to know, hey, you're not alone, and that consent is 100% important. And if it means a no, no means no. And I feel like Alexander Wang should have known better than that. All right, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any thoughts, comments, or concerns, please comment down below. Like and subscribe. And if you guys agree or disagree, I'm here for it. And yeah, and let me know what your thoughts are in this whole situation regarding with Alexander Wang's history of abuse, of what he did to what he did to the models, and also do you support us too, because it's also important to know that everybody should be represented equally, and nobody should go through that. And I believe abuse comes at all forms, regardless of gender, race, or whatever it is. I think it's important that every voice should be heard. All right, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you on the next video. And have a wonderful night. Please stay safe and take care, and wash your hands. And please, right now, we in California are becoming we already are the epicenter of the COVID pandemic. Please make sure to wash your hands. Make sure to wear a mask, and please make sure to take care of yourselves and have hand sanitizer. All right, guys. Good night, and take care and stay safe. See you on the next one.